Hi BookTube, my name's Nadine, welcome to my channel. It is Tuesday and I'm actually doing a tag on Tuesday. It is something I was tagged in 3 weeks ago, so I'm keeping my form there. It's still taking me ages to get around to doing these things, but I'm so impressed at myself today. It is a success. So, as I said, I was tagged in this 3 weeks ago. This is the book acquiring tag. And I was tagged to do this by Mary at Booking Through Life, which is just a fantastic name for a channel and a really interesting channel as well. So I will link it down below and I recommend you check her out. And the original tag was by Kristen at Enter the Book. Again, I will link it down below. But I think everybody and their mother so far has done this tag, so yeah, a bit late to the game. So, without further ado, let's get on with the questions. So, question 1. Do you plan your book purchases ahead or impulse buy? This will surprise nobody. I am pretty much pure, unadulterated impulse. So, I will have like my wish list, which is extensive, but I don't generally think, oh, this month I'm going to buy X, Y, and Z. It'll just be a case of I buy them as and when I find them out and about in the wild. So yeah, mostly impulse buying with the occasional pre-order. Number 2, how do you decide what books to buy? Mostly it's things that I've seen or heard about through BookTube actually right now. There are a few authors that I follow, but mostly it is BookTube, and also I get a few books through NetGalley as well, so anything that I find interesting when I'm browsing on there. But even having said that, I tend not to browse NetGalley's website very much. It's often the emails that I get sent. If there's something that appeals, then I'll request it. But yeah, mainly BookTube. I don't really listen to podcasts or anything like that. Number 3, what is your philosophy on where you shop? Online versus in person, large versus small, physical, digital or audio, new versus used, etc. Yeah, all of them really. So mainly my books tend to be secondhand. So generally I will buy a lot from charity shops or car boot sales in the summer, and Kindle as well. I get a lot of Kindle books, and occasional audio, but my audiobooks tend to be through the library, so I don't buy a lot of audiobooks, but I do borrow at least a couple of audiobooks a month, I would say. I like to have something to listen to when I'm doing the housework, because housework is so boring. So yeah, I like to have something interesting to listen to then, but I'll often look for things that I'm reading physically so that I can have them on audiobook as well. But yeah, online versus in person. I prefer in person. I will buy online if there's something that I really want and I haven't been able to find it, or if it's like something that I want for a readathon, so it's like I can't wait until I just happen to find it in a charity shop or whatever. Then I will tend to buy stuff online, but I'm trying not to do that so much now anyway, because the last few times that I've bought something, I'll buy from eBay and I will pay a little bit extra so that it's like very good or like new, and then I get it and it is creased and written in, and it's just not very good or like new. So yeah, I like to be able to see what I'm buying. What about little free libraries? What do you think about them? Have you used one? Why or why not? I love a little free library. When I finish reading a book, or if I have like a duplicate or something, I tend to put them aside, and we have a little free library in the village. and in the surrounding villages as well there are little free libraries, so sometimes if I'm going for an extra long walk, I might take a book or two with me to swap. Yeah, I love a little free library. I think they're brilliant. Number 5, how do you feel after acquiring a book? Do you share, like in a book haul or diary? I love getting books. There's nothing nicer than having like a nice new pile of books, or at least like new to me pile of books, and I tend to get very excited about them. And my husband calls it show and tell, actually, because I do tend to sit and go through my pile for him in a very much show and tell format. This is this, and then I'll read him the back, and he's very good and patient. And then obviously I haul it all to you guys. 6, how do you feel looking at your books that haven't been read? Shame. Does it matter if it's currently a lot or little amount? I have so many books that I haven't read yet that I bought in great excitement, and some things that I've bought especially because I could not wait to read them, and then I haven't read them for years afterwards. I have one book that I bought on a weekend away with my husband when we first, not long after we met, and we've been together 21 years, and I still haven't read it. 2 books, oh gosh, 2 books I got that weekend. I haven't read either of them. So yeah, it is mattering more and more to me now because just space is an issue. So that's why I'm doing the 100 book challenge as well, just to try and reduce my TBR a bit. 7, how do you decide what number of unread books is the right amount? I don't. It's just space. I think if I had a mansion, I would probably just continuously fill it with books. So yeah, I haven't got a problem with having unread books. As such, I think it's nice to have unread books. It's like a promise of something special sat on your shelves at all times and somewhere to escape to. It's lovely. So yeah, unread books, not a problem. And yeah, the right amount is just, it's a space issue, so that's going to be different for wherever you are. 8, do you have a TBR game or process for reading them? I tend to experiment with my little TBRs a bit. I don't tend to share them very much on here, but at the moment I have a spreadsheet, and I'm trying to mix my genres a bit because I tend to stick with like same safe type things. I started doing this when I realised how many classics I had that I still hadn't read that I really wanted to read, and so I thought, right, you know what, it's the same with different books that I have. Like I pick up a lot of sci-fi and a lot of fantasy, and then I don't get around to them. So I've made myself a little spreadsheet to try and just remind myself at least that this is what I want to read this month. So yeah, I'm trying to do that, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not great at sticking to TBRs because I'm a bit of a mood reader. 9, do you have a book buying problem? If so, what is the nature of it, and can it be adjusted? But yeah, probably. I probably have a little bit of a book buying problem. I know exactly why I have a book buying problem though. It's because when I was small, we didn't have a lot of money, and books, as a bookish child, books were seen as like the ultimate luxury. And I distinctly remember secretly going without meals at school so I could save my dinner money and buy books. So for me, I kind of equate owning books with being comfortable and yeah, sort of happiness and coziness, and you know, not struggling. So yeah, I know exactly why I have a problem with buying books, and that is it. Can it be adjusted? Yeah, but as I said before, I'm pure impulse. I'm trying this 100 book challenge. I am determined 100 books before I buy another one. 10, tag 2 or 3 others to ponder their book buying process. I've had a look through, and I think pretty much everybody has done this because I'm always epically late to these things. And 11, know you are awesome just as you are. Being a book lover is amazing. Very true. So yeah, if you are one of the few people that hasn't actually done this, I tag you and let me know down below if you are going to answer these questions. But yeah, they are my answers. And thank you very much for joining me today. Bye.